Hello and welcome. I have Swati Oberoi with me. Congratulations, Swati. You qualified your NET exam in management subject in June 2015. How are you feeling about this?
Great. It's been some time, but yes, good to be reminded of it.
I'm sure it has opened a lot of opportunities for you. So tell us more about yourself. Where are you working currently? Where are you living? And where are you from?
So I'm working with Sharda University as an assistant professor. I've been with them for about 6 years now. And as you know, this exam was a prerequisite that I was supposed to have qualified before I joined. But it so happened that I hadn't taken the exam. And so when I joined, it was expected that I would do it very quickly. So there was a lot of pressure on me to have cleared this exam. So yeah, I'm in Delhi area, stayed in US for a few years, but pretty much stayed all my life in Delhi, other than that.
Great. Amazing to know that it has helped you sustain your job with Sharda University, and it's a great place to teach, I think. And for anyone...
It is. We have a lot of international students. It's a lot of fun.
True that. And tell me more, that was it difficult for you? Was this your first attempt? Because you qualified your post-graduation in 2007. So after a gap of so much time, was it hard for you to prepare these subjects?
It was. It had been some time. And there are a lot of subjects that you never really focus on in your postgrad. So, for example, statistics is hard for most people. They struggle with it. And then there are always subjects that you haven't really done in your postgrad. There are areas like corporate governance, for example, that people may not even be familiar with. So yes, it was incredibly hard, and there's no way I could have gone back to all those books that I did in my undergrad and postgrad. If I would have taken that route, it would have probably taken years. So I did need something, a quick reference guide that I could refer to. And thankfully, I found Human Therapists.
So, dwelling deep into your preparation strategy, I would like to know, how did you manage time? And with a job, it must be more challenging. Tell us more about how much time did you invest in both the papers and even for subjects that were challenging for you?
So, as we know, there are 3 parts to it. I just looked at it as part 1, and then the other 2 parts to me, they were about the same. So part 1 is more where you look at data interpretation or general knowledge, some things that you don't really need to prepare for. You already know. So my strategy was to be very, very well prepared for part 1, and that's actually what happened. I ended up scoring about, I think, 85%, if I'm not wrong, in that area, and then in part 2 and 3, just enough to pass the exam. Because that is really exhaustive. There's no way you can do all of that. So really ace part 1, and then 2 and 3, just enough so that you can manage to pass.
And how much time did you devote each day, and for how many months did it take you to prepare?
It didn't take very long, actually. I ended up taking the exam twice. The first time around I prepared, it was during summer vacation, so not more than 2 months, 1.5, 2 months maybe, but intensive preparation during that time. I made sure I went through every single word of the material. The material is very concise, but it does give you an insight into every subject. If you have had a background in management, which I did, you would be able to understand it. So in terms of number of hours, I can't say, maybe 6 or 7 a day for about 2 months. I want to say 2 months. But when I took the exam at that time, I missed it by a whisker. And so the next time around when I took the exam, I didn't really prepare. I just revisited the material once, maybe for a week. Didn't get a chance to prepare, but I somehow made it. I got lucky the next time.
Great. And if you had to give certain tips to students who are sitting for this exam, what tips will you give to someone who is going to sit for the first time?
say clear it the first time. So, and if you want to do that, you want to be on top of news, because the easy questions, you don't want to miss out on those. What a candidate should know is that part 1 will test you on time. So, in terms of calculation and all, you should be really quick, you should be prepared. So you don't want to skip any questions there. And for part 2 and 3, you will have more than enough time. So what you want to do is you want to look at every question. And that's what I did. That's what worked for me. There are 4 answer choices. So the first thing you want to tell yourself is that the answer that I'm looking for is here. It's right in front of me. I just need to recognize where it is. And any student of management should be able to rule out 2 out of those 4 choices easily. So I'd say the probability of getting it right is about 50% and not 25%. And then you go back to you leverage what you have studied. And if you have not studied, you have to do a bit of intelligent guessing and perhaps a bit of luck as well. And then hopefully you'll be able to ace it then.
Great. And I think those were some very good tips about time management during the exam. And if you were to suggest one mistake that they should avoid, what mistake do you think you made or you've seen other people make while preparing for this exam?
So it's important to realize that this exam tests you on breadth, but not so much on depth. So we tend to focus on subjects that we like, but we need to understand the ask of the exam. So I, for example, did not study, let's say, economics too much or statistics too much. I engaged more with material that I was more familiar with, which is a mistake. You should engage with material you are not familiar with, and you should make sure that you cover the entire breadth and not have to worry too much about the depth. But across all management subjects, you need to be well prepared.
I think those were some very great tips, and they will help students who are planning to sit for this exam. And we are very happy that you're pursuing your dream of teaching, which is the dream of everyone who is sitting for the NET exam majorly. And we wish you all...
also a qualifying criteria for a lot of PhD programs.
True that, yes. And yeah, you easily can get into your favorite research institute if you have NET or JRF.
Right.
So, I wish you all the best from Human Fighters for all your future endeavors. And it was a pleasure speaking with you, Swati.
Thank you so much for having me over. It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.